Hello everybody, this is just an update video of one of the guns that I reviewed quite a while ago. I was hoping to do a full review this evening, but it's getting very dark very quickly, so I thought I'd just squeeze a shorter video in. Now this is a gun that I reviewed a long time ago, like I said, with an old camera. And the lighting isn't great here this evening, so apologies if the gun doesn't look very good here. But I thought it was worth doing a video because since I did the original review, a few things have changed with this gun. As you might be able to tell, it's a Tanaka Model 19 Combat Magnum 2.5 inch in steel finish. If you watched the original video, which I must say probably isn't a great video, my old ones weren't very good. It had wooden grips, which are some of the cheap sort of, I think they're made in Thailand. You get them off eBay. They're quite cheap and they're not too bad. I think for most people they'd do fine, but they don't fit perfectly most of the time, and they didn't really suit the gun all that well. So I wanted something that I would probably have put on this gun if I had the real one. That's how I tried to set up my airsoft guns. So I've got a pair of Pachmayr Compact Professionals, they're called. They're very low profile, as you can see. They're very thin on the frame, very short. They're pretty much the smallest profile grips you could get for a K-frame, other than maybe some very small plastic ones, or the diamond wood Smith & Wesson ones, which literally just cover the frame. This one has an exposed back strap. The front strap is covered and the bottom is kind of half covered. You can see the name of the grip, hopefully, there. Presentation / compact. As you can see, they're a quite roughly finished grip. They're very, very rubbery, very sticky, and they smelt like rubber for the first sort of year I had them. They're not too bad now, but they're quite an industrial grip, although I do like the look of them. I think they suit the steel finish nicely. They got a nice little Pachmayr medallion there. These were bought from Midway UK. They don't sort of exist, or at least they don't operate in the UK anymore. Instead, they changed into Brownells UK, which don't have quite the range of grips and parts, unfortunately, but they're still quite useful. I believe these cost about £40, so if you're an American watching this, we do have to pay a lot for these kind of things. That's the equivalent of sort of $60, and you wouldn't pay something, that kind of money for these. But to get them to the UK, they cost that little bit extra. But I think they suit the gun very well. I think they're nicely proportioned to the size of the gun, and makes it very slim. Very comfortable little revolver. Not the only change I've made though. The other thing is purely cosmetic, and it's starting to wear down a lot now, but I refinished the hammer and trigger. And I admit they really don't look very good. They used to look a lot better, but as you can see there, they've got a little bit of colour to them. And I was trying to get them to look like the real Smith & Wesson triggers, which are colour case hardened. Out of the box, these just come plain black. If I grab a new Tanaka revolver, which I'll be reviewing soon, this is a Model 36 Ladysmith. Really nice looking little revolver. But you can see how the trigger is just plain black, and so is the hammer. No problem with that, but the real ones do have that kind of grey, browny, colour case hardened finish to them. So I've tried to make this give it a little bit of contrast, even though it isn't colour case hardened as such. I did that by polishing them down to silver and then dabbing some water on them, and then dabbing birchwood KC aluminium black and some cold blue sort of mixture over it, quite sporadically, just trying to get a few different colours out. Like I said, it was very bright colours when I first did it. You can see a few of the different colours there. And after a lot of use, it's just worn down to kind of a dull grey, but at least it's not black. It looks a little bit different. Other than that, it's pretty much standard. This is the oldest revolver I've got. As you can see, it's got quite a few marks. It was the first Tanaka I bought. But still going strong. I have had one reliability problem with it, or one part breakage, which was the cylinder stop. If you look at that little part in there. This is the part that pops up and keeps the cylinder in place, indexes it in the correct place, or keeps it indexed. It's the part in there that keeps the cylinder in place, as you can see. Now this can break quite easily. It's quite a delicate little part, So you can see here, there's the top half of it. It snaps off very easily. And that is done by people who think it's really cool when they watch the movies and people spin the cylinder and slam the cylinder in. And that is exactly what breaks it. It's that slamming motion hits hard against the cylinder stop there and can snap it. So obviously the person who'd owned this before, I've been very careful with it, but he or she wasn't so careful and was maybe slamming it around. And it meant that after me using it a bit, that part broke prematurely. Tanaka parts are not easy to find, as you can probably guess, because Tanaka handguns are hard enough to find on their own. Luckily, there are a few sources of these parts. The first one is Yahoo Auctions, Japan. So everything's in Japanese, everything's in yen, and most of them don't ship to the UK or anywhere else. But there are a few of these sort of middleman services that you can find. I'm trying to think of the one I use. I'm not sure of their name, but I could put a link in the description. But you essentially pay a person in Japan to buy the product for you, and then they send it to you. In this case, however, I couldn't find one on Yahoo Auctions. You can normally find pretty much any part of any gun on there, but there wasn't one of those available at the moment, one of these. So I went on the Taiwanese website called Keep in Continuation. A Taiwanese-based company. And they sell a huge amount of Tanaka parts and revolvers and things. I've had some bad luck with them before, where I've tried to order things that have been marked as in stock on the website, but as I've ordered them, they've said, sorry, none available. But luckily they did have one of these in stock, and I got it. And even though I had to pay quite a bit on sort of import charges and things, it was worth it because I really wanted this gun to be working again. Obviously, without that part there, you index the cylinder and it would just carry on spinning. There's no timing at all to it. But now it's fully working. It's a gun that I really can't imagine selling. I wouldn't say it's sentimental, but I've had it so long now. And I've obviously paid the money to fix it up that I intend to keep it. Really nice little gun. Not all that easy to find nowadays. Steel finishes. I'm hoping that Tanaka might do another batch because I'd buy another one of these. Maybe a slightly longer one. But also, with that part that I got from Kick, I also ordered some wood grips for this Marushin Anaconda, so I'm going to be reviewing that very soon. These are what incurred all of the parcel force charges because these grips were pretty expensive, and I'll be going into whether it's actually worth buying them or the gun. My first shell-fed revolver. I've got quite a few things to say about this gun, not all of them good. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. Hope you like my little Model 19 here. More videos are on the way.